Hey, how y'all doing today? So, wanted to hop on here, give some words of encouragement. As you can see, I am still figuring out the lighting in this new workspace, and so I'll also be working on sound. I have a new microphone on the way, and so hopefully it will drown out any of the background noises that we can hear in this space. So, so my words of encouragement this morning come from, it's real talk today, and it comes from my own experiences. And so today's been a rough day, I'm not gonna lie. Woke up this morning just not feeling it. One of the reasons is because I kind of started thinking about some things that I did and said yesterday, and they really weren't that bad, but I have a tendency to overthink, and so then I blow it way out of proportion and make it seem worse than it really is, right? And so anyway, that led to today just feeling blah, and I didn't feel like showing up. I didn't feel like showing up for myself. I didn't feel like showing up for my friends or family or anybody who needed me today. I just wanted to just blah, like I said. Didn't want to do anything. I can't explain it. But anyway, then but I realized, like, these are just feelings and emotions. And one of the crucial things that I have learned in the past few years is to not allow my emotions to dictate my day. To not allow my emotions to decide whether I do something or not. To not give my emotions that much power. And although, you know, our emotions can make us feel awful and make us, you know, just want to hide away and cover up lay in bed under the covers all day, you know, some emotions can be that heavy and make us want to do that. But I have learned to not do that. So I had to just kind of sit with those feelings for a minute and just feel them, but at the same time be determined to not allow them to control me. Let me encourage you today that if you're feeling some heavy, hard feelings today, to go ahead and feel them, but keep in your mind that you will not submit to them, that you will not succumb to them, that you will not let the feelings of today determine your tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to, because everything that we do every day, whether we show up or not, it affects tomorrow, right? And so if we allow our feelings to take over today, then it affects our tomorrow. It puts us a day behind in what we're doing, what we're achieving, what we're trying to do, right? So I want to encourage you to be mindful that our emotions and our feelings definitely have a way of taking over if we let them. But be ultra aware of them so that you can feel them and release them. And then get on with your day and get on with tomorrow. You know, that you won't allow, because it's like, this too shall pass, right? I mean, I know, I can't tell you how many times I have felt a certain way one day, and then the next day it was completely gone, completely lifted. I felt better, I felt, you know, whatever, like whatever happened that day really doesn't matter. So if we give it too much power and give too much into it, it's pointless. So we don't want to ever give our fleeting emotions all that power. We don't want them to dictate our life. And yes, it's good. We have to feel them. We can't bury them, because when we try to bury them, then they come out in other ways, and that just self-sabotages in another way. So we have to feel the feelings and just get through them. But I'm just wanting to encourage you to not hang out there for too long. Don't let it become like it's just a small pity party, but now you've turned it into depression. Don't let it turn into depression. Just, do the best you can to avoid depression at all costs, right? You can't avoid feelings, because this world is broken and it sucks, and life happens, and things happen that are out of our control, that we cannot, we can't prevent it from happening, and we can worry as much as we want and think about it, but we can't change it. We can't do anything about it. And those are types of things that, can really cause us to go, from pity party to depression. And we don't want to do that. So I just want to encourage you to rein in those feelings. Feel them, yes, but rein them in and gain control over them, because that's going to be your power. Decide today that you are going to have control over your thoughts, control over your emotions, so that they don't control you. And sometimes we don't even realize that it's happening. I know for me, I didn't realize it was happening. I got so caught up in what was happening in my life and how it was making me feel that I didn't realize that it was preventing me from moving forward, moving ahead, I was stuck. And it took meeting a stranger. She was in leadership, and I looked up to her, and I met her face to face, and I was trying to ask for advice, and all I could do was cry. I couldn't even get the words out to her. And she put her hands on my shoulders, and she looked me in the eye, and she said, "You need to get control of your emotions, because they are controlling you right now." And at first I was kind of like, well, what does she know? She doesn't know my life, But because I respected her and looked up to her as someone who could mentor me, I obviously didn't say that. I just said, okay, because I was still crying, And but after speaking to her, I walked away, and I, kind of contemplated on that, and what was I giving off to her? What kind of energy was I putting off? And she was very kind. She didn't know what I had been through, but she could tell that it was heavy. It was something important. So she was very kind, just very, matter of fact. And I needed that. I needed somebody to say, hey, listen, you're stuck in this cycle of emotions, and you've got to get a rein on it. You've got to get a handle on these emotions if you want to move ahead. If you want to move forward in life, you've got to control your emotions. We can't always be easily offended by every little thing. We can't always be holding on to grudges and playing the victim card. We can't always be doing that. We've got to let it go and move on. My emotions had me feeling Like I wasn't going to do this today. I wasn't going to show up on here. I wasn't going to put my makeup on. I wasn't going to give encouraging words. That's how my emotions had me feeling. So, a friend of mine said, rest if you need to rest. Feel those feelings and then release them. And so I did. I took a nap. And when I woke up, I felt so much better. And I said, I have to show up. Because even though I don't know who's listening to these messages and who's being blessed by them, I do trust that God has a reason for this. I trust that there's a purpose in all this. And I don't need validation. I just trust that I know that this is what God has called me to do. This is where He's led me right now. And it's going to bear fruit, even if I can't see the fruit. So, for anyone who benefits from this message today, anyone who feels blessed, feels like they have, this spoke to you, just know that had I allowed my emotions to control me today and dictate how my day was going to go, I wouldn't have shown up today. And I wouldn't have done this message. I would have just kept it for myself. But as it is, here I am sharing it with you all. And I pray that this blesses you today. And I pray that you share this to bless somebody else today. That's what I'm here for. To just share God's word, God's blessings and promises, and to just bless you all in that. So, I love you all. Have an awesome day.